Holly here from Your Past is a Gift. So in this video, I wanted to go over a topic that I've touched on before in a previous video, but it is such an important topic that I want to go over it again for you, and maybe with different words in a different light that you can understand it in a new way. Now, for many of us, okay, and this is why we struggle in our day-to-day. For many of us growing up, the adults around us are constantly showing us what's not right, what's ugly, they're judging all the time, what's wrong and they're looking at the defects in everything. And we're never taught as children, very few of us are taught to look at the beauty in everything. Now, I'm the type of person that I can't cut a flower off its bush. Like a rose, I can't cut it. I have them in the garden and I love looking at them on that bush. I like looking at it there in its natural state. But I can't cut it because I know once I cut it, it starts to die. And I know it's dying on the plant anyway. It's not that it's not dying, but somehow deep inside, I know that I have to respect it where it is. Same with birds. I can't have a bird in a cage. I can't have birds locked up. I can't. The times I've tried to do that, because you think, oh, you're giving this bird a home, you're feeding it, you're taking care of it. I look at it and it depresses me because it feels like that's me. Like I've just locked myself in this cage. I feel that connected to this little creature. And you can see in their eyes, they don't look happy. They've been given wings and we've stuck them in a cage that they can't fly. They can't do what's natural to them. And flying must be one of the most awesome things in the world. It must be. To be able to fly and feel that wind in your wings. And be able to just... I've had so many dreams that I was flying. And it just feels amazing, But all these things, when I have to look at something and it's not in its natural state, I feel like my soul starts crying. I can't help it. I can't help it. Seeing things in cages, going to the zoo and seeing animals in these enclosures. Now, I understand why humans do this is because you can see it. It's there, you can see it interacting, you can see it moving. It's not the same as looking at it in a book, or looking at it on a screen. It's not the same. But it's also not the same as seeing these creatures in their natural environment. And the main reason I guess this video's come about is because my husband and I watched, now I don't know if I'll be able to get through this without crying, so bear with me, because on that day I was devastated watching this documentary about dolphins and about how they're taken out of the wild, out of their natural environment, and they're placed in these tanks, well, it's a tank, call it what you will, where you go to see them, and they perform all these tricks. For people, you go to all these water worlds or whatever they're called, Sea World, all of those, places where you see aquatic animals in tanks, And the truth was that dolphins get depressed being in these environments and that many of them will die and they have to keep replacing them because they can't, emotionally, they can't survive in this environment. They can't stand to be locked up. And I was just watching it and I just felt so sad at my core. I've been a mess since I've watched that, because I thought, why can't we respect things as they are? Why can't we respect these gorgeous creatures and leave them where they are? In their natural state, where they're happy, where they're free. Or is it that because we've locked ourselves in, into these jobs that we hate doing. We've locked ourselves into these mortgages to pay off this house. We ourselves as humans have put ourselves into these tiny little cages. And so everything else in the world has to be in a cage. Nothing's allowed to be free. It's almost like an envy that we have. Why should they be free and happy when we're not allowed to be? Just a thought for today. Why do we need to have things in tanks? Why do we need to have things in cages? Why can't we just let them be? Anyway, it's just accepting things as they are and respecting it, Alright, my darlings, remember to click like and subscribe below so you don't miss any of the messages. And please share the messages. You never know whose life you might touch with this message today. Alright, my darlings? Alright, I'll see you in the next one. I made it to the end without crying. I didn't think I was going to be able to do that. But it's just I kept seeing these little dolphins and I kept seeing their faces, and just every time I felt like my soul was being torn apart, like someone was shredding it to bits in a shredder. I was thinking, why? Why do we have to do this? Why do we need to do this? Alright, my darlings. I'll see you in the next video, okay? Bye for now.